Hey, folks. So the Republican ticket is Donald Trump and JD Vance. Everyone's saying that JD Vance is the most underwhelming vice presidential pick in history, which makes sense because Donald Trump made the pick. JD Vance is now going on this tour telling everyone that if you don't have kids, you shouldn't have as much of a say in the government. Because, your life doesn't matter because it's all about your kids. Because that's what's important. Kids. You have to have kids, according to the Republican Party. And if you don't have kids, there's something wrong with you. JD Vance's wife tried to explain her husband's stance on people who don't have kids, saying, he was just trying to insult people who don't have kids, not the ones who are trying to but can't. I don't have kids. I never wanted to have kids, ever. I never understood why people want to have kids, because your life is then it should be then devoted to those children for at least the first 18 years of their life so that they can grow up and be productive members of society. Because if they're not, the rest of us then, the ones who should be insulted, who don't have kids, have to put up with your kids because you don't raise them right. There are too many parents on this planet. Let's just put that out there right now. Not everyone has to have kids, and not everyone should have kids. So please don't go out there insulting people like me for making a decision to not have children. Having kids is a wonderful thing. It's just not for me. I want to live life on my own terms because I know the second that I have a child, I have to devote my time, energy, resources to that child. That's what I have to do when I have a kid. That's what everyone should do when they have a kid. Devote their entire life to raising that child properly. But that does not happen. We know that. And then a lot of those children have a lot of issues growing up. So JD Vance's wife, I'm not insulted because I don't have kids. In fact, a lot of people would call me smart. Folks, this is the Republican Party. They are trying to make us go back to when women, the only responsibility they had was to have kids. We're not going back. You got to vote for Kamala Harris, Tim Walz as our president and vice president, and then in every other office on your ballot, go all the way down, vote Democrat. Because Republicans are trying to destroy our country from every level of government, local, statewide, and federal. They've already said they're going to challenge the results of the presidential election in November if Donald Trump isn't the president. We all know that's coming down the pipe. And that sucks because it shouldn't be. They wasted all of our money on the last Congress, which did nothing. They said it was the most do-nothing Congress since the last do-nothing Congress, which was during the Great Depression. Republicans do nothing except for themselves and their uber-rich donors. And then they distract from that fact by creating made-up culture wars that actually harm the marginalized. But they don't care because they don't care about anybody else other than themselves and their uber-rich donors. That's why you need to vote them out. And every level of government, again, local, statewide, and federal, vote blue. Get your friends and your family to vote blue too. And if you don't have kids, you're smart.